News.
13 minutes past 8 is the time. It's been 90 years since the first reported sighting, but this weekend hundreds of people are going to descend on the Scottish Highlands, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Loch Ness monster.
So this will be the biggest search for more than half a century. So enthusiasts will be keeping a close eye on the Loch from land. Others monitoring online as well. So a lot of equipment will be used. It's drones, infrared cameras as well. Hydrophone will detect signals beneath the surface of the water. They'll all be focusing in.
Do you think that equipment will get a better picture than the one we saw of the monster that was on that clipboard?
You mean the one from many, many years ago?
Yeah, the pencil drawing. I think even I could draw that. And my artistic skills are not great.
Do you know the upside of spending a bit of time? Sarah, you know what the upside is of spending a bit of time looking for the Loch Ness monster? Is that you'd be in a beautiful place. It's absolutely stunning up there, isn't it? And who knows, the sun might shine and all would be well.
Ian Shine has been doing fieldwork in the Highlands of Scotland since 1973. A naturalist, he runs the Loch Ness project, which uses the monster myth as a launchpad to explore the diversity of deep bodies of water.
The trouble is, the more scientific study there is on the Loch, the more doubt is cast on the idea of a Jurassic monster. One theory now is that Nessie's little more than a 10-foot sturgeon.
All I'm saying is that my favourite theory right now is that possibly sturgeon could have contributed to the controversy.
Science has moved on from that theory, but Adrian is still trying to find answers.
I'm sceptical, but I'm not cynical. There's a difference.
It could be said, though, that the Scottish Government is keeping its options open, with plans to protect any beast found in the waters of the Loch, just in case.
The original code of practice was brought in to protect.
But as with the science, nothing conclusive has come back.
Hanging over the side from our boom derrick, submarine television camera.
Even the BBC has had a go. The broadcaster launched its own expedition in 1958.
And that is going to be jolly important, as you'll see in a minute.
This is what she'll look like on the sonar screens. A big jag of interference.
And again in 2003, the BBC had a go at trying to track down the so-called beast. But even our colleagues weren't able to spot a huge creature lurking in the Loch.
We went from shoreline to shoreline, top to bottom on this one. We have covered everything in this loch, and we saw...
They took samples of all living species in Loch Ness and tried to catalogue them. The world's media gathered at the loch side to hear what they'd found.
This idea of a giant extinct reptile, well, we didn't find any reptilian DNA, so we don't think that seems very plausible based on the samples and the analysis that we've undertaken. And we also went looking for another idea, which is the giant eel. Well, we don't know if the eels are giant or not, but we certainly found an awful lot of eel DNA, I guess much more than I expected.
Though other enthusiasts disagreed that the findings were particularly conclusive.
There could be some massive eels in there, that could be the explanation. But to say we have found evidence of eels is like saying we've found evidence of fish in a Scottish loch. It's well
counted because, well, it's actually an otter. The register was set up in the 90s by an Inverness-based chartered accountant, Gary Campbell. He also runs the Loch Ness Monster fan club.
Why I think it's become iconic is because it then informed people as to what the Loch Ness Monster should look like. So when they came here looking for Nessie, this is what they were looking for.
So there you have it, just some of the times Nessie has made a splash. And unless a new search unearths fresh evidence, then it looks like the beast in Loch Ness will continue to draw in the crowds, arouse suspicion, and even cause conspiracies for many years to come.